Let me tell you about a car that changed everything for American motors. October 25, 1969, Dallas, Texas. The National Hot Rod Association's World Championship Drag Race Finals. And there it was, rolling out in red, white and blue, the 1970 AMC Rebel Machine. While the big boys from Detroit were fighting their horsepower wars, AMC did something different. They built a muscle car that didn't just talk the talk, it walked the walk. And here's what makes it special. Only 2,326 of these machines were ever built. 2,326. That's it. Today, we're diving deep into 13 facts about this patriotic powerhouse that most people never knew. Facts that'll make you understand why this underdog deserves your respect. Let's get started. Fact number 1, AMC's most powerful production engine ever. Under that twin snorkel hood sat something extraordinary, the 390 cubic inch V8, 6.4 liters of American fury. But this wasn't just any 390. AMC took the engine from their AMX sports car and made it even better. Special cylinder heads, modified valve train, high-performance camshaft, redesigned intake and exhaust systems, a 690 CFM Motorcraft 4-barrel carburetor sitting right on top. The result, 340 horsepower at 5,100 RPM, 430 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. This was the most powerful engine American Motors Corporation had ever put into a regular production vehicle. Not in a race car, not in a prototype, in something you could buy at your local AMC dealer. And here's the kicker, it had a 10.0 to 1 compression ratio. That meant high-octane fuel only. No cheap gas for this beast. Fact number 2, the hood tachometer you could read while driving. Think about this for a second. You're sitting behind the wheel, your foot's on the accelerator, and you need to know your RPMs without looking down at the dashboard. AMC's solution? They mounted an 8,000 RPM tachometer right on the back of that massive hood scoop, visible through the windshield, right in your line of sight. The twin snorkel hood scoop wasn't just for show, it was functional ram air. Cold air feeding directly into that hungry engine. And the tach? It was calibrated, accurate, and absolutely unique to the machine. That fiberglass hood was lighter than steel. Every pound mattered when you were trying to beat the competition at the drag strip. Fact number 3, the paint scheme that stopped traffic. Here's something you need to understand about 1970. America was a divided country, the Vietnam War, civil unrest, people questioning everything, and AMC rolled out a car painted like the American flag. Frost white body, electric blue stripe running down the hood, bold red, white and blue reflective stripes made by 3M wrapping around the front, sides and trunk. The stripes weren't just paint, they were reflective, they glowed in the dark. The first 1,000 machines got this patriotic treatment, all of them. You couldn't order it any other way. After that, AMC gave buyers options. You could order it in any standard Rebel color. Big Bad Orange, Big Bad Green, Big Bad Blue, Matador Red, Seafoam Aqua, Bittersweet Orange, even Glen Green. But you know what? When you ordered a solid color, you got a blacked out hood, and those bold graphics became a $75 option. Only 3 machines were built in frost white with a flat black hood. 3, and at least 3 came in Big Bad Green. One of those is possibly the only factory-documented original car remaining. Fact number 4, the price that scared away buyers. Let's talk money. The base price for a 1970 AMC Rebel machine was $3,475. Now, that might not sound like much today, but in 1970, that was serious money. Adjusted for inflation, that's about $28,000 in today's money. Here's the problem. A Pontiac GTO cost less, a Chevrolet Chevelle SS cost less. A Plymouth Roadrunner cost significantly less. AMC was asking premium money for a car from an independent automaker, an underdog, and buyers noticed. But here's what they got for that price. The 390 engine, the machine trim package, Ram Air hood scoop, tachometer, dual exhausts, carpeting, mag-style wheels, a full synchro 4-speed transmission with a Hurst shifter, a space-saver spare, and vinyl seat trim with a center cushion and armrest. Add the automatic transmission for $188, cruise control for $60, adjustable tilting steering wheel for $45, air conditioning for $380. You could even get a Dana twin grip limited slip differential with a 3.91:1 gear ratio for hardcore drag racing. Fact number 5, the performance numbers that mattered. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.4 seconds. Some tests recorded 6.3 seconds. The quarter mile, 14.4 seconds at around 100 mph. That was the official number. Top speed, 127 miles per hour. In 1970, those numbers were serious, real serious. But here's something most people don't know. AMC dealers sold a service kit package for $500. It included Group 19 performance parts, higher flow carburetor, valve work, special components. With that package, over 400 horsepower, quarter mile times dropped to 12.73 seconds at 120 mph. That's right. For an extra $500, you could turn your street machine into a legitimate strip terror. Fact number 6, developed with Hurst performance. When you wanted to build a serious muscle car in 1969, you called one company Hurst Performance. Hurst had worked with AMC on the 1969 SC Rambler. That car was a surprise hit, fast, affordable, and effective. So when AMC decided to build the machine, they brought Hurst back. David L. Landreth from Hurst Performance Research worked with AMC's Vice President of Marketing, Bill McNeely. But here's the strange part. AMC never officially promoted the Hurst connection to buyers. The partnership stayed behind the scenes. What you got was a Borg-Warner T10 4-speed manual transmission with a Hurst floor shifter as standard equipment. That shifter was bulletproof, precise, built for abuse. You could also order a 3-speed shift command automatic with a pistol grip shifter mounted in the center console. But the 4-speed was what serious drivers wanted. Fact number 7. The suspension that could actually handle most muscle cars from this era handled like boats. Big engines, soft suspensions, all straight-line speed. The machine was different. AMC took rear coil springs from a Rebel station wagon, heavier duty, stiffer. They added anti-roll bars on both axles, front and rear. Power front disc brakes became standard, rear drums with power assist. The differential came in 2 flavors, 3.5 4:1 ratio for the manual transmission, 3.15:1 for the automatic. Want more? You could order the 3.91:1 Dana twin grip limited slip differential. This wasn't just a drag racer. It was a car that could actually go around corners without terrifying you. Fact number 8. The production numbers mystery. Here's where things get interesting. How many machines were actually built? The National American Motors Drivers and Racers Association says 1,936. The 1970 Rebel Machine Registry says 2,326. Motor Cities, part of the National Heritage Areas program, claims 2,362. Why the confusion? AMC didn't keep detailed production records like the Big Three. Documentation was scattered, records were incomplete. What we know for certain, it was a one-year-only model. Production ran from late 1969 through the end of the 1970 model year. And regardless of which number is correct, these cars are rare. Today, experts believe only around 600 examples survive. 600 out of over 2,000. That's less than 30%. Fact number 9. The advertising campaign that pushed limits. AMC's advertising agency, Wells, Rich, Green, created something special for the machine. The tagline was brilliant. Not as fast as a 427 Chevrolet Corvette or a Chrysler Hemi engine, but it will beat a Volkswagen, a slow freight train, or your old man's Cadillac. That was bold, honest, funny. AMC also tried to connect the machine with the counterculture movement. Their vice president of sales, Bill Pickett, said, "Being different from the crowd today does not necessarily mean being against something, but rather in reinforcing certain specific ideas, we anticipate that the machine will identify with this new brand of rebel." They even commissioned syndicated cartoonist Johnny Hart from the BC comic strip to create a machine cartoon sticker. Though it never made it onto production cars, you could order 2 stickers for 25 cents through AMC. And here's something special. For another 25 cents, you could get Up with the Rebel Machine decals. Fact number 10. The machine wheels that became legendary. The 15-inch cast alloy wheels were manufactured by Kelsey Hayes. They were officially called machine wheels. These weren't just pretty, they were functional. 7 inches wide, mounted with raised white letter tires, chrome trim rings. The design was perfect for the era. Slotted steel with a mag-style appearance. They looked fast, standing still. And here's something collectors know. Original machine wheels in good condition are worth serious money today. They're hard to find, even harder to find in sets of 4. Fact number 11. Why only 1 year? The Rebel machine was always planned as a 1-year model. AMC knew it going in. Why? Because the entire Rebel line was ending. The 1970 model year would be its last. Starting in 1971, AMC was replacing the Rebel with the Matador. But here's something most people don't know. The essence of the machine continued. For 1971, AMC offered the Machine Go package on the new Matador. It wasn't the same, it didn't have the wild graphics or the patriotic paint, but it had the performance DNA. Labor disputes also hurt production. Quality control issues plagued AMC in 1969 and 1970. Management changes. Bottom line pressures. Everything conspired against high production numbers. The machine arrived at exactly the wrong time for mass success, but exactly the right time to become a legend. Fact number 12. The debut that made history. October 25, 1969, Dallas, Texas. The NHRA World Championship Drag Race Finals. AMC didn't just show the machine, they raced it. 10 Rebel machines were created for marketing purposes, 5 with manual transmissions, 5 with automatics. All of them were driven from the factory in Kenosha, Wisconsin to the drag strip in Dallas. Now think about that. Brand new muscle cars, driven cross-country, then raced hard, stock, no modifications. The machine qualified for the NHRA F-Stock class. It was factory rated at 10.7 pounds per horsepower. After the racing ended, these 10 cars were sold to customers as used vehicles. Imagine buying one of those. A machine that went straight from the factory to the drag strip to your driveway. Linda Vaughn, Miss Golden Shifter herself, was there for the unveiling. The Hurstettes, the press, the whole show. Fact number 13. What they're worth today. In 1970, you could buy a Rebel machine for $3,475. Today, hold on to your seats. The highest recorded sale was $145,750 in May 2022. The average sale price at auction is around $72,000. Low mileage examples in excellent condition regularly command between $80,000 and $100,000. Even project cars that need serious work sell for $15,000 to $25,000. Why? Rarity. Only 2,000 plus were built. Only 600 or so survive. The patriotic paint scheme, the historical significance, the fact that it represents AMC's peak performance effort. These cars are finally getting the respect they always deserved. When collectors look past the Chevelles and Chargers and Mustangs, they find the machine, and they realize what they've been missing. The 1970 AMC Rebel Machine represents something important in American automotive history. It showed that an independent automaker could compete with the big three, that patriotism and performance could mix, that doing things differently sometimes creates something memorable. 340 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque, a 6.4-litre V8 that was AMC's most powerful production engine ever, red, white and blue paint that stopped traffic, a hood tachometer you could read while driving, ram air induction that actually worked, and only 2,326 examples to share among collectors and enthusiasts worldwide. Now I want to hear from you. Did you ever see a Rebel Machine on the street back in the day? Maybe you knew someone who owned one, or perhaps you've driven one yourself. Drop your experiences in the comments below. The machine community is strong, and every story matters. These cars are part of American history, and your memories help keep that history alive. If you enjoyed these 13 shocking facts, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow and lets me bring you more forgotten stories about the muscle cars that deserve to be remembered. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the underdogs become legends.